It's the final minutes of a World Cup championship match. The score is tied, the stadium deafening, and the players are pushing their bodies well past their natural limits. Look closely at an athlete like Lionel Messi as the clock hits the 90-minute mark. You can see the heavy breathing, the hands on the knees, the sheer physical exhaustion. For decades, sports science relied on a simple rule: drink when you're thirsty. But in elite competition, thirst is a late-stage signal. Relying on physical sensation alone means the athlete is already falling behind their performance requirements. When a player drops to the turf clutching their hamstring, they are experiencing the final agonizing symptom of a biological system that has been quietly shutting down for nearly half an hour. This chart plots a match on a timeline. These lines represent an athlete's baseline levels of sodium and potassium. Long before pain registers, an invisible chemical shift occurs. 20 minutes before the muscle seizes, these critical electrolytes plummet into a dangerous deficit. By the time an athlete feels the first spark of pain, their internal chemistry has collapsed. The battle against the muscle cramp was lost 20 minutes earlier. Now, let's move the clock forward to the 100th minute of extra time and zoom in past the stadium, past the players on the field, down to the surface of the skin. Modern players wear a non-invasive patch that functions as a continuous chemical laboratory. As a single drop of sweat emerges from a pore and hits the sensor grid, it is immediately analyzed. The sensor takes complex chemical variables and converts them into a simple, readable metric. It functions like an internal fuel bar, tracking the exact limits of the body and displaying when reserves are reaching a critical low. The patch transmits this data via low-latency Bluetooth directly to the coaching staff on the sidelines. Trainers receive an instant alert the millisecond a player's sodium or magnesium levels hit that dangerous 20-minute threshold. This continuous flow of data takes the unpredictable crash of a muscle cramp and turns it into a trackable equation. Once that alert hits the sideline, it triggers a response from a dedicated piece of hardware sitting right on the bench. The system runs custom algorithms that factor in the incoming chemical data alongside the specific humidity and temperature of the stadium to calculate an exact hydration requirement. The result is sent to this smart bottle. Its LED interface translates the algorithmic data into a straightforward fluid intake volume, telling the trainer exactly how many milliliters the athlete needs. Internally, the bottle reacts. It mechanically dispenses a personalized smart mix powder, calibrated to match the exact sodium deficiency the skin patch just detected. During a brief injury timeout, the trainer delivers a highly specific formula. This is a targeted countermeasure, calibrated to the athlete's immediate internal state. As the athlete drinks, rapid absorption electrolytes flood their system. They replenish the exact minerals the muscles are losing, neutralizing the chemical threat before the cramp can physically manifest. This intake provides a perfectly timed, algorithmically generated course correction, stabilizing the player's biology before it fails. We reach the 120th minute of the match. Instead of seizing up, the athlete executes an explosive, game-winning sprint. Under standard conditions, natural limits dictate that these muscles should have failed by now. But with precise chemical intervention, they continue to fire at peak output. This chart compares historical data against matches played with algorithmic hydration. In extreme intensity games, the rate of extra time cramping drops to 0 for teams utilizing real-time sweat analysis. This extends beyond a single match. By consistently preventing the muscle trauma caused by severe cramping, professional athletes can increase the durability and length of their entire careers. This technology is moving toward a consumer release, meaning amateur runners and weekend athletes will soon have access to the same biometric oversight used in the World Cup. This leaves us with a question. When we can monitor our internal chemistry and use an algorithm to bypass our biological limits, is that an unfair advantage or the next necessary step in human performance?